Okay, this is IGCSE paper, May, June 2021, and paper 2.2. I mean, this is extended multiple choice question, I mean, MCQ paper. Move to question number 1. Which piece of the apparatus is most suitable for the measurement, the mass of the pencil sharpener? Definitely the balance, electronic balance, I mean the digital balance. So A is the option. Measuring cylinder, it measures the volume. Newton meter, it measures the weight, and this measures the length. So A is the correct option. Now move to the next question. 4 balls with different masses are dropped from the heights shown. Air resistance may be ignored. Which ball has the smallest average speed? So the average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. So for the smaller average speed, distance covered must be small. So the smallest distance covered is 1. Otherwise, this is the larger distance. It will gain the large speed. So the average will be the large. For the small average speed, the distance covered must be small. So A is the option. Then move to question number 3. A ball is thrown vertically upward through air. Air resistance act on the ball. Yes, we have to consider the air resistance. So the falling object will experience air resistance. Due to air resistance, resultant force will decrease. Acceleration will decrease when it is falling down. So the which graph show the speed varies with time. So look, the gradient are same. So this is not the correct answer. Look at this. Initially, the object falls with the maximum acceleration, which is g. But this gradient is not maximum because line is like this. So this is wrong. And then here, the gradient is maximum. So this is correct. But look at this. Its gradient is increasing. I mean, the gradient acceleration is also increasing. No, when the object falls down, its acceleration decreases due to air resistance. And later, when air resistance becomes equal to weight, acceleration becomes 0 and the speed becomes almost constant. So look, the maximum gradient, the steepest line, and then it has constant velocity. So the correct option is D. So I repeat, here the acceleration is constant. No, in the presence of air, acceleration is changing. And here, this acceleration is not maximum because initially when the object is dropped, it has acceleration maximum 10, then it's changing. So this is not the maximum acceleration, not the maximum gradient. Maximum gradient is for the steepest line. So this is the answer. And here in the C, this acceleration is increasing, so which is wrong, which is against the concept of the air resistance. So D is the correct option. Next is, what is the best description of meaning of the mass of an object? The space occupied? No. The force that the gravity? No. This is weight. The resistance of the object to change the motion? Yes, this is correct. And D, the closeness of the packing, the molecule? No, it will affect the volume. So C is the correct option. Next, the measuring cylinder contains 40 centimeter cube of the water, and the stone of the mass 94 gram is lowered into the water so that it is fully submerged as shown. What is the density? So look, the density is equal to mass over volume, and the mass is given 94, and the volume of the water is 40. And when the object is dipped in it, the volume is 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 76 minus 40. So this is 36. So 94 divided by 36, you will get the answer 2.6. So this is the answer. Next, question number 6 is, The extension load graph for the spring is shown. The unstretched length, this is the initial original length. When an object is suspended from the spring, the length is 19.2. So this is final length. What is the extension? The difference of these two, 19.2, 17.0. So 2.2 centimeter. The difference of these two lengths is the extension. The question is, what is the weight of the object? So look, extension at the y-axis. So this is 2.2. So look at this extension at the x-axis. It is exactly 3. So the answer is 3 Newton. D is the answer for this. Next, a satellite orbits the Earth in an anti-clockwise direction at the constant speed as shown. When the satellite is in the position shown, in which direction there is the resultant force? The resultant means the force which is producing acceleration. In circular motion, centripetal force is a force which is unbalanced, which is resultant. It acts towards the center of the circle. So D is the option. Question number 8. A tennis ball of the mass of 57 grams. A tennis player hits the tennis ball with tennis racket. The tennis ball has a velocity of 25 when it hits the racket. So look, this is the ball. It's going in this direction. This is the position of the racket. And here the velocity is 25 meters per second. The velocity of the tennis ball when it leaves the player racket 15 meters in the opposite direction. So in this direction, it rebounds with velocity 15 meters per second. But do remember, velocity is a vector. So if this is positive, this will be negative. The average force exerted 35. How long is the tennis ball is contact with this? Look, we have done that F is equal to MA. And A can be written as the change in velocity divided by time. So the time is equal to M V minus U divided by F. Make this T as a subject and F will come here. So the mass in kg, 57 divided by 1000, 0.057. The final velocity is minus 15. The initial velocity is 25 and the force is 35. So after calculation, you will get the answer. And the answer for the time will be 0.057. Add these two, so it becomes 40. 0.057 times 40 divided by 35. And the answer is coming this one, 0.065. Now move to the next question. This question is about 4 methods used to produce electricity. Which method has a correct description? So 4 methods are hydropower station, coal-fired power station, wind turbine, nuclear. Energy source is renewable. So definitely the hydropower station is renewable. Coal is not renewable. Wind turbine, yes, renewable. Nuclear power, not renewable. And then emit carbon dioxide. So hydropower station does not emit any harmful gas. So yes, this is correct. So A answer is correct. So hydropower station has a renewable energy resource and no carbon dioxide emitted in this. So option is A. Next question is, a stone is released from rest from the high building on Earth, air resistance negligible. What is the velocity when it has fallen 5 meters? So look, acceleration is equal to V minus U divided by T. And acceleration of the free fall is 10. The final velocity required, the initial velocity will be 0 because it's dropped from the rest, and T. It means this time is equal to V divided by 10, final velocity divided by 10. Now, the average velocity is equal to total distance divided by total time. The average velocity is equal to u plus v divided by 2 and total distance divided by total time. Look, the initial velocity is 0. The final velocity is required. And the distance fallen is 5. And the time taken is v divided by 10. So it can be written as v divided by 2 is equal to 5 times 10 divided by v. So when multiplied, v square is equal to, this is 50 times 100, 2 is 100. So v is under root of this. So 10, so answer is B. I repeat this. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time. Acceleration is 10 of the free fall. Final velocity is required. Initial from the rest means 0, and the time required. So the time is unknown. So time in terms of the final velocity is v by 10. Now the average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. And the average speed is the initial plus final divided by 2 d by t. Initial speed is 0, final required divided by 2, distance fallen is 5, divided by time from this equation v by 10, and then v by 2 is equal to 5 times 10 divided by 2. So the v into v square, 2 multiplied by 5, 10, 10 times 10, 100. So the under root both sides, so v is equal to 10, b the answer, or otherwise you can apply equation of motion, it's up to you. Okay, the next question is question 11. The power input of the electric power is 400. The efficiency of the motor is 85%. How much power is wasted? Mean 85% is a useful power. So the remaining 15% is lost. So we have to calculate here the lost power. So 15% loss of input 400. So 15 divided by 100 multiplied by 400. So the answer is 15 times 4, it's 60. So A is the answer. Next, the book has a mass of 400 grams. The surface of the block is contact with the table, has a dimension of this 0.1, 0.2. The gravitational field strength is 10. What is the pressure? Look, pressure is equal to force divided by area. And the force is exerted due to the weight of the book. And the weight is mg divided by area. So the mass of the book in kilogram, 400 divided by 1000, 0.4. G value 10 divided by area is 0.1 multiplied by 0.2. So after calculation, 4 divided by 0.1 divided by 0.2, you will get the answer 200 Newton per meter square. Next, question number 13. The horizontal metal plate of the area 0.5 meter square lies on the bottom of the lake at the depth of 40 meter. The density of the water is 1000 and the gravitational field strength is 10. What is the downward force acting on the plate due to the water? So downward force due to water. So force is equal to due to the weight of the water. And weight is equal to mg. And m is equal to density multiplied by volume into g. So density is equal to 1000. The volume is the base area into height. Base area. And the base area is 0.5. And the depth is 40. And the G value is 10 because the volume is base area into height. So when you will multiply it, you will get the answer 2 into 10 power 5 mean 200,000. So it is C. Next, question number 14. Which row describes the forces between the molecules and the motion of the molecule in a gas? Look, forces between the molecule are weak because they have no fixed shape and they are moving freely. So 14 answer is C. Forces, weak, motion, freely. And number 15. Very small pollen grain are suspended in the water. A bright light shines from the side. When looked at through the microscope, a small speck of the light are seen to be moving in random, jerky manner. What are the moving speck of the light? So the number one is pollen grain being hit by the other pollen grain? No, the pollen grains hit by the water molecule. Yes, the water molecules are colliding with the pollen grain. So they are moving in different directions. So B is the answer. Next, question number 16 is, a hole is drilled in the metal plate. What happens to the length of the plate and to the diameter of the hole when the place is cooled? Definitely cooling will cause the contraction. So length of the plate will decrease and the diameter of the plate will also decrease. So the answer is A, because the cooling causes decrease in the size. Now, number 17, which statement describes the sensitive liquid glass? So sensitive mean sensitivity formula is equal to change in the height divided by change in temperature. Which statement describes the sensitive in glass thermometer? So thermometer, which can be used to measure very high and very low value, no, that is about the range. The thermometer, which gives the same increase in the length, no, different change of length. A thermometer, which is accurate because it has been calibrated, no. A thermometer, which gives a large increase in the length, large increase in the length, in the height, in more sensitive. So hence D is the answer. Next, question number 18, a block of the aluminium of the mass 2 kilogram has an initial temperature 20. It absorbs 7,300 joules of the energy, thermal energy, specific capacity 913 joules per kg degree Celsius. What is the final temperature? So look, Q is equal to MC delta theta. So energy supplied is 7,300. The mass of the block is given 2. The specific heat capacity is given 913. And the change of temperature mean final temperature minus initial. So final temperature F minus initial temperature is 20. So we will write 7300 divided by 2 divided by 913 is equal to final temperature minus 20. And then after calculation this, when this is added in 20, mean 20 is here. So the final temperature will come. It is approximately 24. So 4-degree increase of the temperature, or simply calculate the change of temperature and then add that change of temperature in this 20. So we'll get the answer. Next, question number 19 is, a student set up 4 cans. Each can contain the same mass of the water at 90 degrees Celsius. This is a 90. The can are identical except for the outside surface, which can cools, yes, dull and dark surface. Because the dark surfaces are a good absorber and good emitter of the heat radiation. So definitely the dull and the black surface will cool first. So option is A. Next, thermal energy is transferred by conduction in a metal. Which statement is not correct? Fast vibrating ions, no, not ions. So the wrong answer is A. So we have to opt the wrong answer. Free moving electron carry thermal energy, yes, in metal, they do. Ions vibrate and strike nib, yes, this is conduction. They vibrate about their fixed position. Ions vibrate, but dot change position, definitely. There's no complete displacement. So all 3 are correct. So we have to choose a wrong option. So A is the answer here. Okay, next question is 21. The water wave pass into the region where the wave travel more slowly, mean denser medium. As it passes into the slow region, what happens to the frequency? No change in frequency. And what happens to the wavelength? V is equal to F lambda, F constant. So V directly proportional to lambda. If the speed is decreasing, the wavelength is also decreasing. So 21 option is frequency is same, but the wavelength decreases, C option. Now the next question is, light traveling at the speed 3 × 10⁸ strikes the surface of the glass block and undergoes refraction as it enters the block. The diagram shows a ray of the light before and after it enters the block. What is the speed of the light in the glass? Look, the refractive index is equal to sine I over sine R. And there is another formula. Refractive index is equal to speed in less dense medium divided by speed in more dense medium. Mean the speed in air divided by speed in the glass. So we will write sine I, sine R, speed in air divided by speed in glass, because both are refractive index. Now substitute the values. Sine of 55 degree divided by sine of 33 degree. Speed in air is given 3 × 10⁸, and speed in the glass is required. So after calculation, x is equal to 3 × 10⁸ multiplied by sine 33 degree divided by sine 55 degree. So answer is coming 2 × 10⁸. Yes, so B is the answer. Now 23, which statement about the image of the object formed in the plane mirror? Plane mirror means same size and upright. It is smaller. No. It has the same size as the object. Yes, this is the option. Simple question. Next is 24. An object is placed in front of the thin converging lens. So this is convex lens. The diagram shows the path of the light rays from the top of the object. An image of the object is formed on the screen to the right of the lens. So look, this is principal focus, it's going straight. Then it is meeting over here. So this is the image. And the answer is it is inverted and enlarged. So this is larger than the object, but it is inverted. So option is A, because the light rays are coming from the top of the object where they are meeting, they will form the top. So the top is at the bottom. So this is inverted. So A is the option. Next, there are 3 statements about the speed of the electromagnetic wave. Number 1, the speed of the electromagnetic wave, the vacuum is 340. No. The speed of the electromagnetic wave in the vacuum is 3 × 10⁸. This is correct. The speed of the electromagnetic wave in the vacuum is approximately the same in air. Yes, in vacuum and air, almost same. So 2 and 3 are the correct. Which statements are the correct? 2 and 3. So option is C. Next, the sound from the loudspeaker must pass 2 materials to reach a microphone. This is microphone, this is speaker. Which combination of the material give the shortest time when the speed is high and the speed is large when the medium is dense? So when both medium are of high density, the speed of the sound will be large. It will take the short time. So material 1, material 2 must be of high density. So copper and aluminium. So this is the correct option. Which method don't demagnetize the bar magnet? Heat the magnet, it does. Place the bar magnet in east-west direction and hammer it, it does. Place the bar magnet in the coil connected to AC, yes, it does. So definitely it's a D option. When it is placed inside the coil connected with the DC, no. It must be AC for the demagnetization of the magnet, permanent magnet, so D is option. And the next question, number 28, is 3 piles of the small nail P, Q, and R are placed on the bench below 3 electromagnets. One set of the nail is made of the copper, soft, and then the other is steel. The diagram 1 is given. So P is not attracting. Yes, P is not attracted. It means it's not a magnetic material. So Q attracted, R attracted, and in the second diagram, so this Q falls after the switch is open. So it means this is not a permanent magnetic material. So this is neither attracted. So this is not a magnetic material. And this is a magnetic material, but it's a soft magnetic material. And this is permanent magnetic material because after the switch off, it still remains there. So it is permanently magnetized. So P option, definitely is a copper because the copper is not attracted by the magnet. Q is a soft iron. Yes, Q is a soft iron. And R is a permanent magnetic material. So this is steel. So this option is A. Now, next question, question number 29. A magnet is suspended by a cotton thread. The magnet is displaced, then allowed to swing freely until it comes to rest. Why does the magnet always come to rest plotting in the same direction? Because of the interaction between the electric field of the magnet and the electric field of the earth? No, electric field has no, the earth has no electric field. So this is wrong. Because of the interaction between the electric field and the magnet. No, magnetic field of the magnet is wrong. So due to the magnet, we have to consider only the magnetic field. Next, see, because of the interaction between the magnetic field of the magnet and the gravitational field. No, both fields must be same. So D is the option. Because of the interaction between the magnetic field and the magnetic field of the earth, so D is the option. Now come to the next 30. A student rubs a plastic rod with the cloth. The rod becomes positively charged. Mean the rod will lose electron. The vacancy of the electron is the positive charge. So the option, it has gained electron? No. It has gained a proton? No. It has lost electron? Yes, it has lost electron because the vacancy of the electron is a positive charge. Next, question 31. An isolated metal sapphire is positively charged. It is then brought near to another isolated metal sapphire that's a neutral. What happens to the charges on the neutral sapphire as they positively charged sapphire is brought close to it? So A part is some positive charges move. No, positive charges don't move. Some positive charges move. No, be wrong. Some positive charges move to the right. No, so the option is again D. So the positive charges don't move, but some negative charges move to the left, mean electrons are attracted. So this becomes the negative charge, negative side. And due to the vacancy, it becomes positive side. So D option. Now the 32. Which circuit has a 0 reading on the ammeter? So diode is connected. So we have to look at reverse bias. Look, negative side connected with the negative, it's a forward bias. So this is not the option because we have to find the 0 reading, 0 current. So there is a current. Then negative connected with the negative and positive connected with the positive, there is a current. Negative connected, so there is a current. So answer will be D again, because this negative is connected with the positive side of the diode. This is reversed biased connection. No current, no reading. Now number 33, two 10 ohm resistors are connected in series then parallel. What are the combined resistance? So when two resistors are connected in series, 10 and 10, it becomes 20. When two are connected in parallel, due to 1 over R, 1 over R2, it becomes 5. So in series, it's 10. In parallel, it's 5. So 33, sorry. In series 10 plus 10, it becomes 20, and this is 5. So C is the option. And the next question is, the diagram shows a combination of the 4 logic gates that produces an output signal at R that depends on the state of the input P and Q. Look, this P is NOT gate. This one, this is NOT gate, this is NOT. And suppose here, this is the signal, 0, 0. Then here it becomes 1 and it becomes 1. And then this is the OR gate. Both are 1 and 1. According to the table, the out is also 1. And this is again NOT. So if this is 1, then this will be 0. So it means the input is 0, 0, and the output is also 0. So it is similar to OR gate. So D is the option. So 0, 0, and the answer is also 0. So this is for the OR gate, and the symbol for the OR gate is this. Zero, zero, zero. So the answer is D. Now the next 35, the solenoid is connected to a very sensitive ammeter. A rod is inserted into one end of the solenoid. The ammeter shows there is a small electric current, definitely electromagnetic induction. So this rod must be a magnet. So which rod is being inserted? Heated copper rod? No. The magnetized steel rod? Yes, this is correct because it's a magnet and the permanent magnet is made of the steel. So B is the option for this 35. Now the 36, the diagram shows a transformer. What is the output voltage? So voltage of the secondary, output divided by voltage of the primary input, number of the secondary, number of the primary. So voltage of the secondary required and the voltage of the primary is given 22,000. Number of turns of the secondary are 115 and the number of turns of the primary 550. So when this 22,000 is multiplied here, after the calculation, the answer is coming 4,600. So C is the voltage output. Now the 37. Which row correctly states how the nuclei behave during nuclear fission and fusion? So fission is the breaking of the heavy nucleus into light, and fusion is the formation of the heavy with the small. So the fission is nuclei split apart, yes, and the fusion joining. So the option is C. Look at this. Nuclei split apart and nuclei joins together. C is the option. And the 38, the charge on the proton is E. And what is the charge on the electron? It's negative E, same charge, but opposite. And the neutron, 0. So the electron charge is negative E and the neutron charge is 0 because it is neutral. So this is the option. And then some radioactive nuclei decay to give new nuclei, which are also radioactive. Part of the series of the decay is shown. So look, 92 converted into 90, so alpha emission. 90 to 91, so beta here. And 91 to 92, again beta here. 92 to 90, alpha here. And 90 to 80, alpha. So 2 beta and 3 alpha. The question is, how many decay involve the beta? So definitely 2 betas are emitted because after beta emission, proton number increases by 1, but due to the alpha, proton number decreases by 2. And the last question is, the graph shows the activity of the radioactive source over a period of time. What is the half-life? Look, initially, the activity is 120. and its half value is 60. So time taken by the sample to decay to its half activity is 2. So 2 minutes is the half-life of this sample.